So I'm going to quickly do this video to outline the forms that you need to file your AOS. That's the adjustment of status. My name is Sharina Awari. 2025 is when I filed my AOS. So I'll just add on the video on the computer to explain everything. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, get notified once I upload a brand new video. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. Okay, so we are going to our Google and we're going to put in K1 visa adjustment of status because we are K1s, but in case you're not a K1, I'm so sorry about that. You go to green card for fiancé of US citizen because by now you should be married to your US citizen, and you have to read about everything. Effective January, US waived the whole issue to do with COVID-19 vaccination records. And yeah, as I keep telling you, USCIS keeps updating their forms online, so make sure you go onto their website to fill in all the various forms you need during your adjustment of status and everything. So another update is in 2024 they were not required to file form I-693, but this is now required. We did file our form I-693. Make sure you read about everything because at the end of the day you might get an RFE, a request for evidence, and always RFEs could delay your process. But anyways, let's head into the instructions for the registering of permanent residence. They have reasons to why they put instructions in the first place, so the instructions will guide you throughout your entire process. When you are filing your adjustment of status, I did read word by word and it helped a lot. So we are going to be looking out for things to do with K1s because there are so many people who are adjusting their status and they are different categories. Probably maybe they came on their employment visa, I don't know, maybe they're family aliens, or they are green card holders, DV lottery winners, and yeah, different categories. So this whole document will show you what to do. Read about that evidence. When you file for the application, you must submit all evidence and supporting documents listed in what you have to submit. So in my video for adjustment of status, I had to summarize everything for you, but in this video these are the files stroke forms that you need to fill in during your adjustment of status. And yeah, I think you can just look through that and understand. It's okay if you're watching this video and you want to skip, but I would advise you watch and listen and understand. Excuse me about that, sorry about that. Yeah, alien crew members, USCIS online number, there are so many things. Current mailing address, make sure you provide the valid mailing address in the United States where you are. So we have to go to the questions regarding social security number. Some K1s said they filed their SSN when they moved in, but personally I didn't know about it, so I requested for a social security number when I was adjusting my status, and it's still okay to apply for it all at once with your adjustment of status. But anyways, yeah, we can continue. There are so many people adjusting their status. You get all these are categories. All those were categories, so we have to focus on us. You must submit all requested evidence. You need photos during your process AOS. You need 2 passport photos, employment authorization, 2 passport photos. You need your birth certificate, government issued identification document, evidence of inspection. That video I'll share here. Form I-9 for arrival and departure record, I'm going to do that video and I'll share it here. Marriage certificate, another proof of family relationship. Guys, have all your paperwork ready. Evidence of continuously maintaining lawsuit status since arrival in the United States. Make sure you follow what the immigration officer told you. If they tell you get married within 90 days, please, that is what you're supposed to do. Don't do otherwise. Report of immigration, medical examination, vaccination record. You have to go see a civil surgeon. I'm going to do that video to show you how you can book for a civil surgeon. And yeah, that isn't a hard one. I've done these things, I've gone through it, so it's going to be easy for you. That has to be signed by a civil surgeon. A civil surgeon is basically the doctor you will see at the particular clinic that is designated by the USCIS. Excuse me. Yeah, everything connects right from the USCIS page. Please don't get these forms elsewhere. Yeah, then I think you can click and check out everything. So I copied link and showed you that is the other form that you need. The first is this adjust status, and then you'll find that you keep checking on different forms. Note them down because you need them. But the civil surgeon will fill in this form for you and will give you an envelope that you attach your documents with when you're going to send your stuff to the USCIS, Homeland Security. Okay, Affidavit of Support, that is another document. First we have the AOS, we have the vaccination record, we have the Affidavit of Support. You see, that is the reason why you have to read the instructions. Everything is, you see, failure to submit Affidavit of Support when required will result to denial of Form I-485. So make sure you file in your Affidavit of Support and the required evidence. Okay, yeah, anything you see there, you can just open direct filing addresses for Form I-485, where to file. You have to know where to file. Every state has different locations where they file. For example, in our state we file to Lockbox in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, I hope it's Phoenix, Arizona, but it's Phoenix. So you go on and read initial processing, we check completeness, then they request more information. If you don't have, then wait for the interview and the decision. So those are the steps that you have to go through. If you leave the United States, well, application is pending. You travel outside the United States, your application is pending. Consider applying for a travel document. Now you understand. Now you understand why you need a temporary travel document. Okay? Anything you want, you just click, check, and see what it brings. How to comply with alien registration. Read about it if you need it. If you don't need it, then you have to go back to adjustment of status. Yeah, so we go back. There are penalties. If you wrongly, falsely conceal a material, false document, please don't put in false documents when you're filing your forms. Okay, you will get your adjustment of status denied, and that is not good. Okay, what else do we need here? SSA privacy statement. Social Security Act authorizes to collect information and assign you a social security number. So I told you I'm going to get my social security number after adjusting my status, not before. But there are people who get their SSNs before filing for their adjustment of status. Anyways, you keep reading, keep going through all the instructions, understand. It is a very, very huge document. Okay, as you can see. K1 principals who marry the U.S. citizens within the requested 90-day period after admission to the United States have an immigrant visa immediately available and therefore can file. So don't violate your 90-day rule that get married within the 90 days. Please don't violate it. If you're on your K1, make sure you get married in those 90 days and then file for your adjustment of status. Yeah, to be on the safe side. To be on the safe side. So let's continue. I was finishing up something here. Yeah, we are still reading the instructions of our adjustment of status. And yes, the document is quite huge. It's about 40 minutes, but with the guidance here, we can do this together and finish up. That's page 26. You go down, down, down. Evidence of compliance with reasonable requests of assistance. Okay. Additional evidence requirements. If you're lawfully admitted to the U.S. and everything. Failure to maintain. Additional evidence requirements. Okay. You see, we are getting closer. 39. Excuse me. You need continuous evidence for residence. You need to consider all these evidence of continuous residence. I think this applies to the people who are like DV lottery winners or they are working. Stuff like that. Because on a K1, we don't have all this. Excuse me. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Okay, so this document is done. We go to the I-693 report of immigration medical examination and vaccination record. One of the documents that you need while filing for your adjustment of status. Read and understand everything systematically. Yeah. Effective December 2nd, 2024, if you're required to submit Form I-693 or a partial form, such as the vaccination record, you must submit with your Form I-485. Otherwise, they may reject your Form I-485. So for us, we didn't want to take chances. We hate getting those letters for request for evidence. Request for evidence. Oh my God, it slows down everything. Let's keep going. Okay. Yeah, that we've understood. I'm trying to get to another page so that we get something else. But you can see, if you do not receive emails with the instructions from the CDC, you can email opscivilsurgeon@uscis.dhs.gov. So there is always guidance on what to do. The forms are readily available. So down there you see Form I-693. That is how the PDF looks like. But for my case, the civil surgeon at the clinic filled all the information based on what you give them. Give them all your vaccination records from back home since birth. and then the other vaccination and immunization record we got from the clinic before I went for my K1 fiancé visa interview. I gave in all those records. Yeah. What else? What else? So you have to get this from the civil surgeon. That is how that form looks like. Okay. Oh, purpose. You have to know the purpose of the results. An immigration medical vaccination, U.S. and Immigration Service requires examination to establish. Carefully read all the instructions. Oh my God. Oh my God. Read and understand. Carefully read everything. Please don't make those little errors. If you're applying for adjustment of status, submit according to the instructions. Okay, so I think I want to try and read so this is the form I-485 application to register permanent residence. Okay, that's how it looks like. Okay, here we are. Everything is all about you, so no logic. There's nothing to get worried about, don't be worried. Civil surgeon's contact information and signature, all these that I've told you. I got an envelope from the doctor, even the file was filled in by them, so I'm good. We were good to go. Yeah, okay, that is it. What else can we talk about here? Before sending, make sure all your forms are completed and acceptable currently, like they have to be up to date. Okay, current edition, so be considerate of that. Okay, applications that are not mailed to the correct address may experience processing delays, so make sure you check your lockbox very well. So let's check the lockbox. Family-based adjustment, a spouse parent and a spouse child, beneficiary of an approved, so we follow their form I-29F. We were admitted as K1, so depending on your state where you stay right now, look for your lockbox. Texas, you see, Dallas lockbox. All these USCIS, Phoenix lockbox. They're those people. Okay, so Massachusetts, Chicago lockbox. I remember when we were filing for our K1, it was sent to USCIS Chicago lockbox, but now we fall into Phoenix. So you need to know where you're filing to minimize on the delays. Yeah, I want us to go in depth. All these instructions are quite important. Okay, let's check on the case processing times for my for our case here. I don't know why it was taking long, but we have to consider the forms that we are filing in. Okay, just a minute. Let's do this again. We are filing form register permanent residence or adjust status, and our form category. Okay, I don't know why it's slow, but we have to be patient. We have to be patient. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the notification bell to get notified once I upload a brand new video. I'll be documenting my immigration journey. It's been one hell of a journey. So finally, it shows up. Family-based employment, and where do we fall? Family-based adjustment application. I think we fall in family-based. Our field office. Oh my god. I kept going. Our field office is Phoenix Lockbox. So let's see. Phoenix Lockbox. How long it takes. Come on. Come on. Phoenix. Ooh, 13 months. That's a year and 1 month. 80% of the cases are worked on in a year and a month. So, yep. You can check on the frequently asked questions and get to know what's up. Get to understand what it is your what's up. And when you are filling in your form, the application to register permanent status, you should bear in mind that you are a K1. Okay, you are admitted in the United States as a K1. The A number can be found on your notice of action. It is a 9-digit number, like a social security number. So make sure you check it out on your notice of action that was sent from USCIS, that they sent to your fiancé before you came to the United States. That alien number is there, and you're supposed to write it down on almost every document of yours. So make sure you have the A-9-digit number written even on your 2 passport photos that you hand in. It's the same number that's written on, and on your documents that you're filing in, it's the same number you write everywhere. Okay, so make sure you don't forget. While your green card is processing, meanwhile, since it takes about 13 months, there are certain things you can do, some files that you can file to make your stay in the United States easier. Okay, while your green card application is pending with USCIS, if you've submitted permanent case pending, this is useful information. If you update your address, let them know. Let USCIS know. Let USCIS know if you move. You must update your address with USCIS within 10 days of moving to a new address. If you don't update, you may not receive important notices about your case. Okay? So it is safe for you to let them know. Okay. As we wait for my document here to load. Yeah, here we go. We're going to see if you need to travel. You can apply for a form I-131 application for travel. Let's see how it looks like. I-313 application for travel document. In case you want to travel, you may use this form to apply for a re-entry permit to authorize you as a document for travel in and outside United States. That's in case you need to travel. But if you don't need to travel, it's still okay. It's still okay not to have it. Okay, it's not like everyone needs it. It's not like everyone needs it. Personally, I didn't apply for it because I'm not planning to move with a little baby everywhere, all over the world. If you recently became a permanent resident, no, we are not yet permanent residents, because I assume everyone who is watching this video is just trying to apply for adjustment of status. Yeah. So you can keep reading and reading, applying for other documents like driving license, social security card. You can apply for these things. You can apply for all these. Okay? As you wait for your permanent residence. After granting your green card, it has its own conditions. Replacing it, removing conditions. But we shall get there. We shall get there. So we are going to look at another thing, application for employment authorization, application to replace permanent residence card. No, no, it has to be application for employment authorization. So since we started with the adjustment of status, we read the instructions, you understand, you can apply for travel document, employment authorization, Form I-765. Form I-765 authorizes you to work before you even get your green card. So for those who didn't know, it is possible. It is possible. People have done it. People work before they get their green card, because when you get your employment authorization, they send it with your social security number, just in case you want to file for your taxes. So we have to check on these forms and see how it looks like. Sorry about that. The filing fee schedule. So general filing for employment is 520 USD, but if you're filing with your I-485 with your adjustment of status, it is $260. Please put that into consideration. If you're filing with your AOS, it's $260. If you're filing it alone, 520 USD. Okay? And the adjustment of status as of 2025, it's 1440 USD. That's what we paid. That's done through a check to Homeland Security. Okay. I think that's it. Yeah, so I was helping out. We were still talking about the application for employment authorization. I hope we are together. You keep checking everything, and on December, the Homeland Security Department had its final rule: permanent increase, automatic extension, paid employment authorization. You have to keep reading. And one thing you need to note, when you apply your AOS with the employment authorization, you just pay $260. But if you apply AOS differently, like first, then you're filing for your employment authorization, you have to pay 520 USD. So these instructions help us to know what to do and how everything goes. So when you look at the form I-765, this is the recent one, which expires in 2027. Basically, we are filling in our information. Personally, I didn't get a hard time filing all these forms. You just have to be sure, as a K1, you are not admitted to the United States as a spouse. You know, there are people on the CR1, but we are K1. So in the forms that you're filling, make sure you note that you choose the option of I am a K1. I was administered in the United States as a K1, then you get married to the United States citizen. So when you are looking into all these documents, please don't make that mistake. You may file if you fall within the eligibility categories, but for our category as K1s, we can get the EAD. Okay? We can get the EAD. People get jobs, people start working after being in the United States for a couple of months. So I think that is a good one. That is a very good one for us. Please note that the person with a pending application for an immigration benefit request, that did not apply to us. Citizens of Micronesia, deferred in force, nope, doesn't apply to us. So, oh my god, I wanted to summarize up everything, but it seems like all these forms and documents have so many things. Make sure you note down the evidence that you need for all these different documents and forms. Like in the video for my AOS packet, I tried to outline for you and show you how you can do this cover letter, attach all the evidence you need. I've seen people's AOS get approved in 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. So I don't know what the best is, but you know, it's different for everyone's case. Thing is, make sure you take your time. Okay. Yeah, I think that is it so far. Yep, pending all after spouse parents application has been approved. Filing your spouse parents application, USCIS adjudicate. Your spousal unmarried child of principal beneficiary. We are not renewing our application. It's the first time. Proof of your non-immigrant status. Secondary evidence. If you don't have evidence listed in, yeah, we have the initial evidence, so we are good to go. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for checking out my YouTube channel. My name is Sharina Awori. I'll be updating you on how I filed my adjustment of status paperwork, still on my channel. But make sure, if you didn't understand these things very well, you can give yourself more time and read the instructions in all the files before you put in your paperwork. If you're so busy, maybe you could get an immigration attorney, lawyer to help you out, or anyone to help you with the paperwork. Don't do all these things alone. Ask people, inquire. We are not the first ones to do such paperwork, and definitely we shall not be the last ones. So that's it from my video today. Don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell, get notified once I upload a brand new video. I love you all. Stay blessed. Bye.